I hereby call the September 30th Library Commission meeting adjourned. Or sorry, called to order.
Wow, that
Sorry,
was quick.
quick meeting.
Ready to go?
Sorry.
Wow.
Our chair, Julie Shai-Sobel, has an excused absence today, so she's not here, so I'll be filling in for her. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, if Lily would do the honors.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if I could call for the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
I second.
Thank you. And our last meeting was May 20th, so if I could get the approval of minutes for May 20th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you so much. Announcements and introductions. I think we have some oral communication. Presentation recognition of the Calabasas Library Teen Volunteers.
Hi, everyone. Every year we recognize our library teen volunteers for their work throughout the year. I'll go through each of the activities they're involved in. Their names are listed on each activity, and then at the end I'll give them their certificates. We have the Study Buddies volunteers. The online Study Buddies is our tutoring program. The volunteers are AP and Honors High School students. Tutoring is a one-on-one in a breakout room with our lead teen volunteers monitoring and organizing the sessions. The Writers Club is a program where students 3rd through 7th grade spend an hour writing creatively. The teens plan prompts ahead of time and work together on a format for each session, then run the session for the students. Teen Library Council meets once a month during the school year. They help us plan events and the summer reading program. They give us programming and material ideas. We go over any new online resources and digital services that they might find useful to share with their classmates and other topics as they come up. We also had a fun fair this year. The National Park Service brought their van, the Kona Ice brought their truck. We had music from Agoura and Calabasas high schools. The teens spent time in the weeks before the event organizing and planning. Then the day of the event, they set up, clean up, help children with their crafts, games, and more. Then, of course, our biggest event of the year is the summer reading program. The teens hand out summer reading program materials and incentives in the library every day. They help patrons sign up for Book Points, which is our online summer reading platform, and show them how to use it. So here's the other list. This is a PDF in your agenda, so you have a copy of this. And so we want to thank library teen volunteers. So now I'll go through their names. I want to please forgive any mispronunciations. This happens every year. And they will come up and get their certificate if they're here. James Adele, Celine Bakhtiari, Caleb Ding, Gabby Eggers, Sophia Eli, Isabella Gregorian, Ethan Hashem, Chloe Houston, Melody Houston, Sophie Katz, Sophie Kursiska, Tess Latham, Patrick Matthews, Eden McCowan, Thank you, Eden.
Thank you.
Nina Miller, Abigail Nakano, Ava Netka, Sky Netka, and Sky is going to pick up for her sister Ava. And come back. Sabrina Niku, Lauren Paris. Thank you. Judy Pay. Sia Porwal. Ayan Renka. Tatiana Rosso. Eli Satch. Elena Sagahi. Friends picking it up. Kenyan Salam Khan. Nadini Sandy. Kiki Shur. There you go, thank you. Arav Sharma, Hayden Song. There you go, thank you. Shayna Steinberg. That is Shayna Steinberg. Larisha Chapartsian, Haley Trang, Piper Vida, and Lily Werve. Who has to walk all the way over here. Thank you. So first, I'd like we were going to take a picture with the commissioners, but first, if the commissioners would like to say anything, that'd be great. Thank you, teens.
So I actually want to thank all of you for taking out your time. I know how summers can be so busy when you guys are in school, so we appreciate so much you giving back to the community and giving back to our youth, mentoring them, and helping our library program grow. So thank you so much for everything you guys did in the summertime. It's amazing.
I agree with everything Monica said. Thank you so much. I know you have different places where you can spend your time, and when you choose to do it at the library, I know some of you guys grew up here like my kids did, coming to the library, and giving back to the library is just amazing. So thank you so much.
I agree with both of them, and I just want to add smile. I mean, this is a good thing.
It's because we weren't clapping. We should have been.
Oh, okay.
I just want to plug the Creative Writing Club for a second, just because Shayna and I are graduating this year. So we will need successors. I'm preparing some curriculum for the creative writing workshops in general for my Girl Scout Gold Award, so I will have some guidance that I can offer. But if anybody is interested in attending to come learn, we have a meeting this Saturday. Yes, we have a meeting this Saturday. We will have one in the beginning of November as well. It's the first Saturday of every month, 3:30 to 4:30. If anybody is interested, I can give you my contact information, or you can give Carolyn your contact information, and she can do all the things. But yeah, that's just something that I wanted to say.
And I just wanted to say thank you so much for your work. We couldn't run all these cool programs without you, and your input is invaluable. So again, thanks.
All right, thank you. Can we have the commissioners come out, and then the teens come up, and we can get a picture?
You guys come up.
Yeah, commissioners, yeah, please come on.
Okay.
Commissioners and then Carolyn.
Yeah. Do commissioners first? Yeah. Okay, commissioners first, please. No, with the teens.
Yes. Where do you want to stand, Mark?
And then Barbara.
Barbara.
Barbara, why don't you go? Oh, then you guys.
one right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Good.
And again, I want to thank all of you, including Caroline, everything that you guys have done in the summertime. People don't realize everyone's traveling on vacation. I have 2 kids that are both in college now, and they were also very engaged in the community. Not only is it amazing for your college applications, but it's an amazing experience for you to become part of the community even more and come back. And kids get mentored by you. Somebody like Lily is a perfect example. We're super proud. And we are going to miss when she's a senior, so when she's graduating out, we're going to miss her. But she has done amazing work ever since she's been in this position. So I hope that, big shoes to fill, but I hope one of you wants to take her position over.
All right, thank you for your great comments.
Yes.
So,
And then we're moving over to discussion items. So Barbara,
Carrie Mayrup from our Youth Services Library.
Oh,
is
awesome.
going
Okay,
to do
perfect.
the presentation.
See, I'm not as formal as them, and I'm the children's librarian. I'm that 5-year-old, okay? So, hi, everybody. Our summer reading program, I think, went really well this year. I'm very proud of it. I think we had a lot of fun, and I think the patrons had a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and start off. We had a kickoff weekend. Is that it? Is that how oh, that's not how I do it. Oh, I did it. Yes. Okay. So we had a kickoff weekend, July 5th, 6th, and 7th. On the Friday the 5th, we actually had a game day. So we set up a bunch of games in the multipurpose room, had patrons come in and just enjoy themselves. Plus, it's a cool place to be. They can eat and drink in there, too. So it's just kind of like a really relaxing day. On July 6th, we had Mad Science Up, Up, and Away. And what we had there was a guy who came in who did all kinds of experiments with like air and gas and rockets, and the kids got to participate. He made loud noises. He had balloons going everywhere. It was just really fun, and they had a great time. And then they went into the children's reading room, and we had a Rube Goldberg set up, so they were able to make all kinds of different pathways with the steel balls, have them go through that to the bottom. And so, there's some pictures right there. And so it was a really fun, great science day for a lot of the kids. And then on the 7th, we actually had coloring sheets and crayons and everything else available all through the kids' room all day long. It is surprising how many people we get on Sunday. So I even had adults sitting there coloring, which is a great thing. And then we gave away origami bags. And there was a link inside each one of the bags that goes back to the Calabasas Library, where a hourly, her name was Sky, she did demonstrations, so they were able to follow them online. So that was incredible. We had a lot of fun with that. Every Wednesday, we have an event at 4 o'clock. The first Wednesday, we decided to do a movie, and we did Inspector Gadget. We had beanbag chairs out, snacks, everything else. We had a lot of families show up, and just a good time to sit down, relax, and again, a very cool place, especially during summer. On the 17th, we had Found Objects Juggling. He would juggle anything he had with him, including and not limited to a hamburger on an umbrella. And he has managed to figure out how to do this in such a way that the paper comes off and the pickles fly off of the hamburger, but the hamburger stays intact. And the kids were having so much fun. They were grabbing those pickles, and they could not wait. We had to tell them to give it back to them. They wanted to eat them. It's like, no, not when they're flying on the floor. So they had a great time. Then we have Dave Winstone Music. he played about 10 to 12 different instruments, including some from Australia. Just big, loud sounds, and it were absolutely amazing, and they had a lot of fun with that. And then our last one was the magician. And the magician was just, he has so much fun. He loves pretending he does not know what he's doing. And so he makes all these mistakes, and the kids are catching him. And then when he finally does the trick, the kids are like screaming, "You did it, you did it!" And they were so excited. He also had a little bit of an adult humor, which was awesome. The parents so enjoyed it and were laughing things over the kids' heads. And so it was we had some really, really good entertainment for people of all ages this year. Parents really enjoyed it too, so I was really happy with that. The other thing the magician did, I'll go there in a second, sorry, is he floated one of the kids. He had them lay down on a table, and he had the table rise. And he put the hula hoop through it and the whole 9 yards. It was a lot of fun, and people were just amazed. So he's a candidate for next year. All right, and then our Friends events. So on the 12th, we had a Lego day, and we honestly did have patrons of all ages and all abilities come in and play with the Legos, and it was absolutely just amazing to watch who we got in there. I'm very happy with that. Now, at the same time, we had a, how do you say their name? Lexarty or Lext?
Yeah. The LEXT Robo Academy. The LEXT Robo Academy, we've gotten a partnership with them, and she'll tell more about them.
So they have students who go to them and they build robots. And they build them obviously out of Legos. We had one of them that came, was very popular, was a snake that moved around and that would bite if you got in front of it and would try to bite you. And the kids were just having a blast with that. They do competitions, and they brought a lot of their robots that won different competitions. And so people could see what you could actually do with all the robotics with it. So it was a combination of having them in the Founders Hall with all the doors open and the Legos in the multipurpose room. And so there was just back and forth, and so parents and patrons could do whatever they'd like to do. So they got to do both, and that was a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll partner with them again next summer. I don't know if we have another partner coming up with them soon. Okay. Then on the July 13th, we had a Writers Club. Yes. Okay. We always do something special for our Writers Club, and we're very much about sustainability. So this year we had them make seed paper. So we took a bunch of paper, let it soak for a few days. They didn't get to blend it, we blended it, but they got to, squeeze it all out, put all the seeds in it, and then pat it down, take it home, and they can either write on it or they can even plant it. And so they each got to make at least 2. And it was, they were having a lot of fun. So that was something that was looking forward to doing again. And then every year we have our preschool event. We can't do without our preschool event. That was on Friday the 19th. We had Wacky Wendy. She has been with us for probably close to 10 years. She is amazing. The kids love it. They go in there, they dance and run around. She's very patient with them. And this is honestly just for preschool. So we make a half circle. They get to dance and sing, and 45 minutes, I'm just hoping that she tired them out enough that the parents were able to take them home and give them a nap. And the parents got some peace.
One other thing about the Robo Academy is that they have students that they have volunteer for them. So they're high school students, they're young adults, they're early college students. So it's usually like an adult who comes with them, and then the students are working with our kids and our teens and our little kids and stuff like that. So it's a really nice partnership. Do you want me to talk about this one? Okay. So on July 25th, we had a Summer Games Torchcraft. Anytime the Summer Games are coming up, I do a craft for elementary school, early elementary school, and they make a craft which is they take paper towel rolls, We put construction paper on them. We put tissue paper that looks like fire on the top of it. And then at the end, we take their picture. They get a little gold medal. And then, we all clap for them because they won the gold medal. But the point is, teamwork and all that too. So anyway, it's a really fun craft event I like to do every 2 to 4 years.
And then the Squishmallow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was just showing the picture on the far end. So this year, I got the brilliant idea, and it did actually work, to do a Squishmallow adoption. So we did it in the children's reading room, and we put a big table in there, closed off the room, and we had 2 different sessions. The kids got to come in, they got to decorate cupcakes, they had a piece of paper that talked about their adoption. They got to fill out their name and name their Squishmallow. They got a Squishmallow, and they got to play around. And it was like a 45-minute session, and they walked away with activities that they had done, the Squishmallow, and the adoption papers. And that, we had reservations, and that went quite quickly. It was very popular, so I'm hoping to do another one soon, because it's just something that they love to come in and just, it was a fun activity for them. And so we've gotten requests for more. And then after that, we go to adults. I mean, I could talk about the first one. I do that too. Okay, DIY craft of adults for our regulars. We do a DIY as often as we can the first Wednesday of the month. For July, we did Bad Art Night. So we took a bunch of supplies that we had left over from all kinds of things. We put them on the tables, and the people came in, and they made the worst art they could make. And then we put them on a table, and everybody judged, and the person who won got a crown, I think from Target?
Dollar store.
Dollar store crown. They got a dollar store crown. And I'm telling you, people were very proud of their bad art. And they took it home and everything. And it is just a fun activity to get like the stress out and just say, be creative, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Have fun. And so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, our DIY craft events we've been doing for almost a year, and it's just an in-person event. We wanted to do another in-person event and do something that was a little bit more social, and rather than discussion or something like that. And it's turned into, they look forward to it, and they've made friends with each other. So yeah, it's great. I'll talk about the Calabasas stories. We've done 2 of them so far, and we're going to continue to do kind of lectures with Brian Rooney, our archivist. So he did one on July 11th, and I'll talk more about that later when I speak about the grant that we got. And of course, we have our book clubs the Tuesday evening and the Wednesday morning. Barbara, do you want to speak to the One Book, One County?
Yeah, definitely. So our library, in conjunction with LA County Library and the 18 independent libraries throughout LA County, banded together to have a One Book, One County program. We all read LA Weather by Maria Amparo Escudon, and we discussed it at our book clubs. And at the end, every library in the area did something special. And they would have different programs. They had some art programs. And at the very end, they had a big program downtown with the author. And if anyone wants to see it, it is on YouTube. So it was very, and they had a mariachi band, all-female mariachi band. It was very cool. And discussion with the author. So it was a really cool program, and I hope to continue it next year, too.
Okay, to continue let's see, let me go to the next one, the continued events for adults. Online Film Fanatics, that's one of the ones I do, and every summer I get a speaker to come and speak, and I always record that too, so that's on our Library Academy where I keep all our videos. And it was Mark Wanamaker, and he is a kind of a movie prop and archive historian and does all sorts of things. And he was so interesting, and I enjoyed getting those speakers for my group. We had July 23rd. We had mindfulness by Adriana Gage. This is the second time we had her because it was very popular last year, and it was popular again this year too. It was really great. She's really good. And then Carrie and I give genealogy workshops, sometimes in person, sometimes on Zoom. So this was kind of like a history genealogy sort of a mix. We had a speaker, and she has done research on Elizabeth Keckley, which was Mary Todd Lincoln's dressmaker, and Carmen is a wonderful storyteller, and it was great. She was really interesting. There's some pictures there too. And those are this whole thing is in your agenda as well as a PDF. We do outreach every year now. This is the second year we've done at the farmers market. We have a great relationship with the farmers market, and it's actually fun. We get a couple teen volunteers. Eden was one of them that was here, and you and your mom came for a little bit. Lily and her mom came for a little bit, and then me and Carrie go, and we just talked to everyone. And it was really good last year because people were uncertain about what was going on in the library because of the pandemic. And then this year we didn't get that at all. It was all like people excited for summer reading program and listening to what our programs were all about and everything. So we are continuing with that. We'll do that next year too. They've been an excellent partner for us. Our sponsors this year, as always, the Friends of the Calabasas Library. They help us with different things as well as our budget from the library. Rosti gives us free little certificates to give to the kids for free meals. Mendocino Farms that was a free meal too? Or
Yeah, they gave bookmarks this year with a free meal at the bottom. And we still have a few left over, but it actually goes, I think, through the end of the year. It was really nice.
And then Peddler's Fork, this is the second year that they've given us a couple of gift cards to give out to our patrons as prizes. So they've been a good partner. And then kind of just a bit of statistics. We had 306 patrons sign up for Book Points, which is our online summer reading program where they log in the titles of the books that they've read or listened to, and then they can be in drawings to win gift cards. We gave out 208 bags to children. Those are the little summer reading bags that have like the Rosti kids meal in it, the different flyers, some stickers, bookmarks, different other things. We had 19 events total for adult and children, attended by over 500 patrons. We had 7 adult events with 115 patrons and 12 children's events with 410 patrons, and we had 32 teen volunteers in the summer. So I know that in the past I've been worried about finding teen volunteers. I don't have that problem. So we're back where we were. So anyway, thank you very much for listening to us.
Thank you so much. Once again, it's going to be thank yous because it was the summertime, but honestly, everything that you guys did over the summer, I know it makes a huge impact on the community, and the fact that you have it for all different age groups is amazing too. I'm often asked about book clubs and like where people can go to join a book club. So that's amazing that we offer 2 different versions of it, and now that we're doing it with LA County libraries, and people can feel like they're a much bigger community and reading books that other people are reading. So thank you so much for all the effort and time that you guys put in over the summer. That's amazing.
And I'm going to second that. Really, just the breadth is so amazing. The breadth of activities and, for adults, for children, and that Squishmallows, I'm so bummed I missed it. Oh my God, can we do that for adults too? Maybe the slightly bigger squishmallows.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
I love that idea. It's so darling. So thank you so much. The creativity is amazing, and you guys make it look so easy. It just happens. So thank you.
Just want to agree with them once again. And as far as the adoption of those things, did any of them come back? I mean, sometimes adoptions don't stick, so there's.
Not a single one.
That's amazing. Okay. And the magician with the kid that was floating, they were able to save the kid and get him back?
He was so excited, he wanted to do it again.
Wow, that's cute.
Something that I thought was cool about the outreach was when I went to the farmer's market, I went and I talked to the people and we gave out stickers and there were puffy stickers. It was so cool. I got a Tiana sticker. It's on my wall. I'm very serious about that. But there was also, I had talked to a couple people that legitimately did not know that the library was open after COVID, which I thought was kind of crazy. So I guess that's why that's important, because these people got excited. I talked to kids, they had their stickers on their hands. I noticed that kids like to put stickers on their hands. But it's important to do those things, I think, because there were so many people that were actually unaware, which is interesting, because I feel like it's difficult to be unaware.
Yeah, what people, I think, were confused about is that our building was closed, but that doesn't mean we were closed. We were busy working, doing curbside and things online and all sorts of things. But yeah, so we got that a lot less this year than we did last year. And I just wanted to say also, thank you for thanking us, but we wouldn't be able to do this without the flexibility and the leadership of our city librarian, Barbara Lockwood. So we want to thank her too.
Well, Barbara's amazing. We constantly and continuously thank her for everything that she does. But I think another point, I'm always the one that's always going to drill that one home. Social media is so important, and what you guys have been posting has been so good. It's so easy to share, and that's what we've been doing. That's what we feel like we can do, is help, that way. And we've had a lot of feedback from that as well. So please, keep putting anything and everything that you guys have. If you have video clips and everything like that, that gets that information out too, because there's just a younger population that's moving in, and fortunately or unfortunately, that's what they use is social media. And so it's so easy for us to kind of cut and paste it, put it into the school sites and have the kids see it. And if you do need volunteers, if you have something posted for that, kids are always looking for volunteer hours still and everything too.
Yeah,
so.
I get plenty without the publicity, let me tell you. But I wanted to mention about the social media, the things you've been saying. Communications helped me with a few things, but my team volunteers have been making the Instagram, they've been making the graphic, and then I post. So the ones a couple of them you've seen recently are actually from our teen volunteers.
Oh, wow. No, they've been amazing. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next discussion item, which is the groundwork grants report. Oh, it's Carolyn. Okay.
Okay, so to give a little background, the California State Library offered a disaster preparation risk assessment on our collections, and the library did that in December 2023. This was in partnership with the Northeast Document Conservation Center, and the State Library called it Ready or Not, and their preservation consultants came and did this free visit, and then gave us an assessment report with their observations. So we were able to see it was because we have disaster preparedness for the people, for the building, that sort of thing, but not really for our collections. So this was specifically for our collections, and then specifically on top of that, our special collections. Okay. Because we were able to do this, we were able to apply for a grant from Groundwork Grants through the State Library, and we were awarded over $7,000. The grant is to purchase archival materials that will protect the library's special collections, and then other items as we need. For instance, We are going to be purchasing some risers to get some things off the floor, just simple things like that, that we're going to be able to get. We'll purchase the boxes, archival boxes that we can put, photos and some really delicate items that we have in those. And also fix up the room to just help protect everything in there. Part of this grant requirement is to prepare a document with emergency contact information that is with needed resources to facilitate moving and storage of the special collections if that's needed. If you don't have the resource, you may have the resources, but they're in your email or they're somewhere on a piece of paper in your office. This is going to be a document that's a small document, look kind of a little pocket thing. It's going to be at every desk in the library. All full-time staff will have it. So if there's a disaster and we feel like we need to move special collections, we'll have the people that on this thing that we'll get a hold of. So that's going to be paid through that too. And part of this I had mentioned with Brian Rooney, our archivist, has been doing some lectures and things like that. But on Tuesday, December 3rd, we're going to unveil the new archival materials in the Special Collections reorganization. We're going to give tours of the room. And I don't have a ton of information yet, but that will come out in November. But we want to make sure to invite the commissioners, city council, city staff, the public. We want people to be able to see what we've accomplished with this grant. So, do you have any questions?
Thank you so much. That all sounds super exciting. I think people will really look forward to seeing all of that material and having it a little bit, possibly like with some of those organizational materials that you're going to be able to obtain. It'll just be easier to view too, and you won't be worried about who's touching and who's looking and who's doing whatever. So I'm looking forward to December 3rd. We'll make sure we're all there to celebrate the opening of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we have our wonderful Barbara City Librarian report.
Before I start, Carolyn, can you talk about the Medicine Man program before you leave?
Yes. Okay, so tomorrow evening, there's a, let me go to it. Okay, so tomorrow evening at 5:30, there's going to be a mini health and volunteer fair and film screening at the library. It's the Rotary and some other organizations are going to be there. The film screening is Medicine Man, the Stan Brock story. This is a documentary that has come out that's about Stan Brock, who was in Mutual Omaha. He was an actor in Mutual Omaha's, that show. And but once he kind of retired from acting, he started medical clinics, portable medical clinics for people who didn't have health insurance. And this was way back before the ACA. And I was a volunteer for them for about 5 years. So this is free to the public. We're going to kind of, for about half an hour, the Rotary and the other organizations are going to be there to share their information. And at 6 o'clock, we're going to have the film screening. And then after that, we're going to have a Q&A with the director on Zoom. And I'll be recording that part, so that will be available. That will be available after that. So I just wanted to point that out because this is an important event for me. Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds amazing as well. I hope that it has good attendance. It sounds like it's going to be really interesting.
Okay, for my part, I don't have a whole lot, but we will be receiving the Zip Books grant, $1,900. Does everyone know what that is? Just to refresh your memory, people request books that the library does not have. We have the book sent directly from Amazon to their home. After they finish reading it, they return it to the library and we catalog the books, put it into our collection. So I was just notified today that we're getting a little more than $1,900 for that. We have a new full-time employee, Jennifer Stoops. She's a library technician and she's working primarily in circulation, but she will help us with programming too, which is really nice. We also have a new hourly librarian, Samantha Schwartz, who just started, so you'll see a new face at the library. Every year, I have to do the California State Annual Report with all our statistics, and I'm in the middle of working on it right now. It's due October 31st, but I thought there were a couple interesting things on this. And for the first time, our e-material circulation has surpassed our physical circulation. So we had 109,783 physical items go out and 112,456 e-materials. And I think COVID made all the difference. When people couldn't come into the library, they got used to doing the digital collection. So that's different. And then we have, I was just going to tell you a little bit about the programming. Now remember, this is from last fiscal year, so it's not this year. But we had total programs, let's see where this is now. We had total program attendance of 4,310 people last fiscal year. The total number of programs were 191. We had total virtual program attendance of 284. So we still have some things online. For instance, the Study Buddies is virtual now. So those type of things. And are we still having,
The online Film Fanatics
Film Fanatics. And
And-
the Wednesday morning book club is
is
a hybrid.
hybrid.
So we're still having that type of thing. Okay. Carolyn, do you want to talk about that?
It's Online Study Buddies is a program where I have AP and honors high school students who will tutor elementary and middle school. We will take middle school depending on the subject, that sort of thing. Tutor them one-on-one, and we put them. I have 2 volunteers who I supervise. They organize everything. You have to sign up on our website to be able to get the Zoom link, and then we put a tutor and a student one-on-one in a break room where they have access to the whiteboard and the screen share and that sort of thing. And it's most Tuesdays from 4 to 5, and they can come in at 4:30. They can come in, if they're done, they can leave late, that sort of thing. The students have to have homework to do or a project or something. It's not like teaching them to read or anything like that. It's definitely for homework help. So.
Yeah. And so our full October schedule is online, or you could pick it up at the library, the paper copy. We have a couple things going. We have the story times have started again for the little ones. We have a fall preschool craft. We have a Halloween children's story time on the 31st, and kids could come to the amphitheater and dress up in their costumes. And we have our usual book clubs. We are reading the Tuesday evening book club, which I lead, is reading Lessons in Chemistry. I know. It's something everybody read 2 years ago, but we're going to discuss it for the first time. And Pause to Read is going to be October 12th. That's what the children read to the dogs. And anything else, you can look at the calendar online and call us if you need more information.
So I do have a question from one of
Okay.
my neighbors who saw the Pause to Read. She wanted to know how she could sign her dog up. So where do the dogs come from? That
You
was
know
the
what?
question.
Carrie knows the answer to that.
Yeah.
So we work through an agency, actually, Pet Partners. And the person who runs it, her name is Karen. She organizes everything. And they actually have to be trained through Pet Partners and go through all that training, certification, and they actually get certified once a year. So it's like a long process. So
I
don't
figured, but
know-
I wanted to bring up the question since she asked. I said, I'm sure they're
Yes.
trained if they're dealing with younger kids, but
Yeah, we actually have 4 individuals, but 5 dogs. And during the week, they're usually at the Children's Hospital and then sometimes at the, some senior hospitals. They primarily deal with children and the Children's Hospital, and then on Saturdays, they come and volunteer at one of the libraries.
such a good program.
I love it.
I only have one more thing to say. On Thursday, I went to the Calabasas Community Center and saw the Caring Calabasas group. Do you know what they are?
Yes.
They're the group of seniors from the Senior Center, organized by Carol Davis, and they were working with Caruso's employees. I guess Caruso Corporation lets their employees off for a day to do community service. It was really nice. So they work with the Caring Calabasas and the Braille Institute. And what they were doing, I should have brought a book to show you. They have board books, and they put clear tape of the Braille on the books so the caregivers can read the book to the children, and the children can follow along in Braille. It's an amazing program. They had 60 volunteers there. And they're donating the books to the library, so we will have a shelf for Braille books. So far, we only have 4, but when we get more, I'll catalog those, and we'll have a specific shelf on the library for
amazing.
Braille books for children.
It's amazing.
That's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yes, Caring Calabasas, I have also volunteered with them making cards for foster kids. They do amazing work, and Carol Davis puts so much love and affection into everything she does there. So that's a great addition to our library for sure. Thank you so much, Barbara. And as far as the commissioners, do we have any future items that you guys would like to discuss? We've had a little bit of a break. Did you guys have anything you wanted to add? Lily? Nothing, really? An update about Calabasas High, being a senior? No. Keep up all the good work. Yeah. I've just noticed, from the LVUSD perspective that I have, that it seems like kids are much more engaged with the library, and definitely I had people asking about the tutoring program, so that was really nice to hear too, that people are like looking to get back into the library and be able to participate. So thank you, all of you guys, for getting that information out.
And just one quick thing, Lily, if you identify anyone who you think would be as fantastic as you, that would be amazing for us. Just keep that in mind while you're doing all your college applications.
Yeah. I've been looking around, just like talking to people who might be interested in just volunteering in general. I'll keep looking.
Yeah, somebody with like a creative writing passion like you have is definitely going to be missed. So if you could find another person like that. Anything else? Are we good?
I was going to say I probably will present the narrative state annual report to you
Oh, okay.
with pictures and all that.
That's all, okay.
And we have to find another date, too.
I was gonna
We'll
say,
talk about
yes.
that.
Did we finish with the senior room, what was once the senior room? Or do
You
we
know,
need to bring that
at the
back?
last meeting, I wrote a report about it. We did not. Unfortunately, I think I said this in the report, we're running out of room for collections. And so even though we weeded during COVID, we weeded like 3,000 adult fiction books. But we have a large print collection now, and that's what that room houses, that collection. So we are still working on that. I was thinking about putting some shelves on the far side and then having kind of a cozy sitting area in the
That'd be
middle.
great. Yeah, that works.
Well, yeah, let us know if there's anything else that we need to.
Okay.
But I mean, that sounds good. The main purpose is definitely the collection, so if you need the space, it makes, I'm sure.
But we also need seats. A lot of people sit in there. So.
Anything else? With that, I am going to adjourn I call the meeting adjourned at, what time is it? 7:20. Thank you so much, everyone.